Alright, last video example for section 12.1, we want to determine the missing length. So we've got x over here, we're given that this angle is 73 degrees, and we're given that this other leg of the right triangle is 14. So since I know that this angle is 73, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand right over here. So we're going to put our geometry guy here. We'll actually make him a guy this time. So there's our geometry guy. So if I'm standing here, let's label the three sides that I have. So opposite the right angle, that's my hypotenuse, so we'll start with that. And then this side over here, we're standing right next to that leg, so that's going to be our adjacent side. And then clear across the triangle, this is going to be our opposite side. So we're dealing with the opposite side, and we want to find the adjacent side. So what we want to ask ourselves is, which trig function is going to use the opposite side and the adjacent side? Well, if we go back to our SOHCAHTOA, we see that the sine uses the opposite and the hypotenuse. Well, we don't want that. We want opposite and adjacent. The cosine uses adjacent and hypotenuse. Again, we don't have the hypotenuse, so we don't want to use that. But the tangent uses the opposite and the adjacent. So I know that the tangent of 73 is going to be the opposite side over the adjacent side. So the opposite side in our picture here is 14. Our adjacent side we don't know, that's going to be our x. So we get this little trig equation here. We have tan 73 degrees is equal to 14 over x. Alright, since I have a fraction on the right, I'm going to put a fraction on the left. Now we can calculate the tangent of 73 now or later. I'm going to calculate it right now. I'm going to plug that into my calculator, and you should get 3.2709. Again, I'm going to put that over 1, and that's going to be 14 over x. So here we have a proportion, so we're going to cross multiply to solve that. So I've got 3.2709x is equal to 1 times 14 is 14. Solve for x, so I have to get rid of the 3.2709. 3.2709, divide that on both sides, 3.2709. So these are going to cancel out, and I'm left with x is going to be approximately 4.3. So there you go. We've used trig ratios to help us find one of the legs of this right triangle. Now we could use trig ratios again to find the hypotenuse as well, as long as we have one side of the triangle and one of the acute angles of the triangle, we can find any of the missing parts. So that's a little preview of things to come.